The middle girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 2018. Happy New Year to everyone listening. My name is Emma Abaga. With me here is the one and only, the beautiful, the smart, the intelligent Wendy Akomolafe Kalu. She just got married last year. You know what I mean? She's giving her husband 50% naming rights. You understand? On the last name. You know what I mean? Also with me here is a guest that we had on the podcast earlier. She's smart, she's intelligent, she's beautiful, she's a true Nubian queen. Her name is Folu Storms. You know what I mean? And Luskenon is here.
And Luskenon.
Luskenon is also here.
I got you.
It's okay.
Anyway, yeah, my homie Luz. I mean, welcome to 2018.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, guys.
Come on, man.
Man. Big shout out to all the people that walked up to us at some place somewhere. I know someone spoke to.
Someone spoke to Wendy at
Ebano, supermarket with her mom. She was very cute. Hi, girl.
Wow. And I met someone at I think the Jabota festival. That was he can't come in because we have to move everything. Sorry, bye. we can't open the door now.
You don't fucked up.
We can't open the door. Yeah. So no, but we can't open the door.
No one does.
Yeah, but okay.
Pause for a bit.
All right. So I saw, I guess, a listener of ours at one of these festivals, and they told me they enjoyed the podcast. But shout out to you guys, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
guys.
I met a listener also downstairs at a Lush Mall or whatever. His name is Shola or Aina Bond or something like that. His Twitter name is It's Shows. Yeah, he said the podcast helps him on his daily commute from home to work. So I guess. So shout out to you, man. I told you I'd get a shout out. That's it.
Nice.
Also, commute is also what you call male masturbation because we are very silent when we come. But
Wow.
I don't even know what I'm doing here right now. Like,
You know, if you didn't explain, I wouldn't have understood that was what you. Because I was like,
I find I have to do that a lot when I talk to you, Wendy.
wow. I set myself up for that one.
Anyway,
you gotta get him back.
top of the show, guys. I wanted to
trying
talk
to
about
think of-
Presidents, Oprah, and this speech she gave. Did you guys watch the speech?
The Golden Globes speech. I did. I just spoke about it this morning on radio as well. It's rather presidential. She was receiving the particular award. She's the first Black woman to receive that award. Cecile B. DeMille Award.
Yeah.
And I know she started off, at first it was just like, she remembers being a little girl and seeing Sidney Poitier, the most distinguished, but, it was so nice. And then, she just sort of evolved into, this is our time, the time is now. She wants little girls to know that they can do what they want and be what they want. I think everyone just got caught up in the feeling, but it's not the first time that people have said Oprah for president.
Yeah.
Like, I think she's a kingmaker as opposed to being the king. It's like Trump is the king.
Look, when I listened to that speech,
funny.
I mean, first of all, Sidney Poitier has the most elegant name ever. You can't just say his name without being
Your chest comes off.
like, you know what I mean? But when she said, "Your time is up," I was like, "Go girl, yes!" I just forgot that there are cameras here. Like, yo.
Yeah.
Wow. That was super fruity. But it's okay.
It was.
Can I get a clip of that?
nothing
That
wrong.
is what he just did now.
Those
I need that
labels,
clip.
all this like toxic
Yeah,
masculinity.
My
exactly.
nigga.
Exactly. We
That was
dropped that shit in
fruity as fuck.
2017.
This is how you end up running around crazy, starting fights backstage.
I ain't started.
6 deep.
I beg.
We're not going to talk about that. We
I
don't
actually
know.
heard that it was some
2018.
Sidestep entirely.
2018, no fuck boys getting promo over here.
No, but presidential stuff is really nice. Oprah is really cool for that. It just made me think, and naturally you start relating to things that go on over here in Nigeria. Like, who do we look at and just feel instinctively like, yo, this person could
In
be
Nigeria?
president?
Yeah.
Take your time.
What, me?
I guess since Oprah is a
Maybe
black
pastors.
woman.
What?
That's what I'm thinking of because
Relax.
it's pastors that make people
Let's
feel
not do
hopeful.
that.
Sorry, I don't know.
Nah, let's
What
not do
pastor?
that.
But if you had to pick a pastor, I would pick Pastor Tony Rappo.
I was going to say that.
I also don't mind. I also don't. Let me not say I don't mind. I also would be interested as a president, right? Which means that the skill set is ability to communicate, ability to inspire, ability to start a project and see it through, and
run a business.
right? Run a business. House on the Rock, the pastor of House on the Rock.
And certain morality.
Paula De Farasing, I think.
Yes, Paul Farasing. I think he's actually, you know, when the Bible describes like Saul, like a head above, you know, the way he carries
Even
himself.
his voice.
I was once at the church, and please, all members of House on the Rock, I'm joking, and I don't mean to be offended, but he was giving the Holy Communion, and I swear to God, I felt like he was the person breaking his body. The way he was like,
the guy.
my body.
Wow.
Like his voice is,
So
he has
theatrical.
His voice is very...
his voice is very...
Yeah.
It's commanding. No, but I mean that's orators stuff, right? That's the people who are just natural speech givers, and when they talk, they're like, listen, I thought about opening a church in my younger years, and then very quickly after, I was like, God will smite me because I will only use it for personal profit and gain. As a
won't be
lot
the
of
first.
people actually do,
Hey.
to be honest. But it's just having that natural ability to speak to people and to inspire people with what you say.
But
and
does
a
that-
lot of pastors are really
having
good public
that,
speakers.
having that, does that qualify you to
No, it
run
doesn't.
a
No,
country?
It
it
does
doesn't.
not.
No, it
That's
doesn't.
my point. Like,
Because
it
I'm
doesn't.
having like the Trump bashing has gone on forever, where he's the least qualified person to run a country, right? But he's running the most powerful country in the world. So to
Is
speak.
he?
He's actually not doing...
He's not.
Listen, he's actually not doing such a bad job, Folu. Let's be...
So,
like, I am completely anti-Trump. Completely,
Excuse me.
right? But
My
he's
question-
actually not doing
Let's
a
look
terrible
at the
job.
when y'all are done with that,
political-
I'll ask you
I
my
need
question.
you to blur out MI throughout the video because he's cancelled. Do you understand? Like,
Am I fake news?
The only reason I'm saying that he's not running the country, I'm correcting this impression of he actually doing something, is that America runs on institutions. So the presidential office is one thing, and it's only recently, and it's actually because of the Obama administration and the introduction of these executive orders that allow a president to just do what he wants to do. That never really existed. But the institutions that were there before are still there. So those guys, to the best of their ability, as long as he doesn't interfere, are doing their job. When they have problems is when he wakes up and signs yet another executive order and messes up everybody's job because he doesn't go through any protocols, doesn't tell anybody anything, so he's fucking with the system, and that's a problem.
But that means he runs shit.
No, you don't. He's
If
a
you can fuck
petulant
with-
child
if you can fuck
in a
with the
big ass
system,
office.
Yeah, but that's the office gives him power to run
So
shit.
one shit, yeah.
Because
Like
if
a
there are
petulant
systems that work and they are doing just fine, then one man in one office can just say
But you can press spoil.
X now is B and X is B.
You said he
But that's
press
like, but you can
He-
press spoil.
but that's what he's
But
doing.
press
because,
spoil.
yeah,
To press
because-
spoil, you have to be able to run shit to
No,
press
okay,
spoil.
maybe I'm disputing the use of that word run, because it's not running, it's just there.
But there are systems in place to stop him from actually doing.
Yes, but he already
extremely
causes the
stupid
problem,
things as
and then they
well.
have to
And
go
they have
to
to
court
fix a problem
and
that
go
didn't
back.
have to
Yes,
happen.
I'm like, you're slowing
Like he
things
was
down.
trying to get rid of the immigrants. I think it's DACA or
DACA,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, and they stopped. They didn't allow that. Time. Which
He's back again.
Bruh.
But more importantly, and this might be a divisive conversation. It's like Donald Trump, celebrity, billionaire, millionaire, whichever one, now president, unqualified. Why is Oprah qualified?
I don't think she's particularly.
No,
qualified.
necessarily.
So
it's just the possibility.
Where's this? Yeah, but
We
if
just
the
like
world is
her.
already dealing with one unqualified person in office that got there maybe because of celebrity, and should we encourage another one?
Well, yeah, I think that what Trump's qualification and his performance and his views are two different things, right?
Yes, his
so
attitude.
his qualification is that he's a great businessman. He's a great at making deals, and he said, "I will be fresh perspective in the White House. I will not be a political perspective. I won't have those relationships that will tie me down." And America voted. Let's say 20% of people that voted for him voted along those lines, right? A lot of people had other agendas, but people voted for him to say, "Look, we're tired of the same old."
We want
Political
something
ties
fresh.
and all that
And-
jazz.
I see that because a lot of times when the president gets into place, he hires technocrats, he hires people from other industries that are good at what they do. And in the same vein, I mean, Oprah is a media mogul. Like Oprah has come from, bro, absolutely nothing. Like below nothing. Oprah has come from -0 to where she is today, to be the most successful black woman. Is she the most successful black woman?
Should
Yeah.
Yeah, in media. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She is.
in media, definitely.
She is.
She's probably the biggest person in entertainment.
I think she's the richest
Single
black,
person.
second richest black woman in the world, the former Angolan president's daughter.
I bet there's a Nigerian woman that
I
has more money,
think-
but hey.
There's definitely a Nigerian woman that has more
I
than
bet there's a Nigerian woman that
They're really a
Mrs.
Nigerian
Alakija
woman.
is the
Wow,
richest
she just
Nigerian
married to a
woman, but
rich
she's
man.
like fifth or something.
I said
Put up-
somebody.
Hey, guys,
I'm not with that.
I was joking. Did you hear what I said?
I'm not going to
Yeah,
acknowledge
it was a joke. I was just trying to start a conversation. I'm
What?
really
I
sorry.
didn't even
What
hear
I
him.
what I
Yes.
do want
Please
to
don't
say
hear
though,
this. Please don't hear this.
I do want to say though is Fire and Fury, read the book because it's been my bedtime and toilet reading as well. No more social media for me. But it's really interesting, gives you a great inside look. And it's something that the book talks about, brings us back to the Nigerian situation, which is this idea of people running opposition parties, right? And you push and you push and you push and you want to step into power and you say you're going to change things and do all this stuff. But these guys don't really expect to win. And then you do win. And then you don't have the political machinery to deal it. Was there really a plan for winning? Let's talk about our president at the moment, President Muhammad Buhari. Now, I voted for Buhari. That was a thing for me because I felt that the quote-unquote alternative, and again, that was a very myopic view that I took, but I'll go into that
The
later.
views of Folu are hers alone.
They are.
Blowing up the rest of the podcast will achieve nothing.
They are.
Who will spread your propaganda going forward after we learn our lesson?
Guys,
So just deal with her. Go ahead, proceed.
No, it's just that it was a great idea. Yeah, you push, okay, you're now in. And then it takes 6 months to appoint ministers, which is the beginning of the end. And that was a big problem.
Yeah.
And this government has been playing catch up ever since and trying to deal with that. So going forward, because 2019 is around the corner, primaries are starting at the end of 2018.
Yeah.
People are gathering money. But then what are the populace going to do? There's, on the one hand, there are people who don't believe that voting does anything, that it's all rigged anyways.
yeah.
Let's just all go to bed.
Has he just been sick? Like, and please me playing devil's advocate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look, the what does gravitas mean?
What? Sledies.
The what? Like
These ladies.
the way he came into office. I remember the first meeting he had with the chief of
There was
army
a lot
staff,
of
and he
hope.
fired
It was
them. And then
just-
all of a sudden he gets sick, right? And then there's politics around that, right? Around that happening. But then whenever Oshibanjo is in control, what Oshibanjo says is that I speak to the president and I execute. So it's like when the president is the person in control and people are waiting to hear from him and he's sick, you can see things slow down. Oshibanjo gets, power passed to him. Yeah. Yes. He gets power passed to him,
Like
and
it's
things are happening, right? Yeah, it is.
Seriousness,
Yeah.
dignity, yeah.
Like it gets power passed to him, and things are happening. I also have a question to ask about this. That's very it's bothering me. Both of you as like smart, like beautiful women and stuff. Like, as men, we know men are like generally more disgusting than women, right? As men, sometimes we shit, right? And when we shit, we're disappointed in ourselves. Like the whole shitting process is just like, why do I exist?
Really?
Like this is terrible. Why am I doing this to myself? The asshole is like on fire. Like you look back at it.
Hey man,
you're
this
like,
dude is speaking for
you know what I'm
himself.
saying? You know
Like
I'm saying?
what?
I don't know what
You
the
guys have
fuck
that
is-
experience because
what?
I see you guys like poop like
So it's not shit to them, it's
it's
poop.
like
No,
No,
pooing
that's
is
a
very
lie.
it's very fulfulling for me,
okay.
and it's a very enjoyable.
I don't need this
experience.
visual
did we
right
get
now,
here? I
man. You're
don't even
like,
understand
God
what
damn.
happened.
You let us down this rabbit hole talking about
President.
toilet reading or whatever. and now
Oh,
we're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
you started.
shit
No,
and
But I said president now. That
Jesus.
toilet reading was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I
it was
don't
on his
understand.
mind.
he opened something in his mind that
Bro, I know that some days when you shit, right, you're like, you
But
go
why
and
is
lie
that?
down
Why
and
is
you
that your
just
experience? Because shitting is very like
It's
I'm
such
just
a
like
natural
I was
thing.
like after.
Yeah.
It's
You just
lovely.
sometimes
Need to.
sometimes when
I
you
think-
shit, you're like,
The only time it's
I don't
stressful
deserve
is
life.
depending on what you ate, and then
What?
you just want to die in the toilet
Yeah.
and not come out. And if it's a public space, that's worse.
They very
Because you're
shitty.
like, they're not gonna respect me anymore. But other than that, no, it doesn't bother me. It's a very
I've gone
good
to someone's
time.
house and I've clogged up the toilet before. That was fantastic.
I saw a video with this girl trying to. She tried to
I'll
throw
tell you
her
guys the
shit
best
out
story.
the
I have the
window.
best two stories. The two best stories.
Oh my God.
Why have we gone down this
Oh
road?
my
Listen, listen, let it happen. Let it
Oh
happen.
my God.
So, I was coming from the basketball courts, and bruh, there's a type that when it holds you, the gravitas, the gravitas. See, bruh. So I was rolling in the back. Then cops pull us over. When cops pull young men over, they're so happy. They're like, "Yo, we have something. It's like they're sitting there like, what can we do for the next 2 hours? Then they see a bunch of young guys driving a car. They're like, oh, entertainment. We're going to make you guys search your phones. As soon as they pulled us over, I just walked out the car and I looked this officer straight in his eyes. I said, bros, you can hold these other guys up. But you see that bush right there? That bush is about to feel my wrath right now. And I started walking off, like literally. And the guy, he looked into my eyes, like, and he just said, you guys can't go. I don't know if you remember.
True story.
He just let us go immediately.
True story.
Because I just came out of the car, I was like, yo, guy, I know fit to talk to you now. I need to go. Like, yo, and this is like full MI, by the way. It's not like I was not upcoming, or I was like a full rapper that everybody knew. I was about to get them roadside under like under that Maryland bridge side.
You must.
Yeah, I mean.
I just want you guys to know that we've been discussing about shit for like 5 minutes.
That's
All right, cool.
tough. So natural bodily function. I think the long story is don't be ashamed of your shits and do them. Bowel movement is healthy.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do men have to know for 2018? Last year was an eye opener for us.
How so?
Loose.
How was your eye open last year?
No,
What did you learn in 2017? Like, what was the sum total of 2017 like?
This is
for
actually a
you?
very interesting topic of conversation. Like when he says that, I want to believe that what he's trying to say is, we knew the world was fucked up for women, right? We didn't know how we were contributing
To that.
by either keeping quiet
Okay.
or
That's interesting.
right? So it's like
Great way to put it.
I'm not a rapist. I've never raped a woman, right? Concept. Just get the fuck out of here.
He does not have rapey vibes. Luce, please carry on.
Hey, thank you very much.
Carry on.
But every woman, literally every woman I know, you have a conversation with them and you see that they've dealt with this thing. Let's say it's like every other weekend. It's like
Me too.
the same way we watch football. So then you go home and you're like, I want to improve my discourse, the quality of my discourse with women and whatever. The first reaction is, normally is defense. It's like, oh, whoa, where are they going with this? Blah, 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 right? Now we have a WhatsApp group we're on where we play football, and there was a healthy conversation that went on. Some people are just clueless about it and they chat, but it was really helpful. And then,
That's interesting.
And what spurred this? Sorry,
And
just to
it's just men
understand.
in
So,
the
so
group,
yeah,
right?
just men.
So-
About 40 men.
Nice.
sorry, just for
Yes.
for.
We play football. It's a football group.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
It's a football group.
Just
How
background
would you need to-
information
sorry.
for people to know. So, like, what kind of spurred this? How did you realize the world was messed up for women? Why did you want to improve your discuss? How did you do that? Just so that people, because I don't know, because you guys may know the background. I don't know the background. Listeners may not.
Yeah, man, just listening, man. I mean, like, you start hearing stories.
Okay.
I think
Of
then-
women who've
the
been raped, or
Hollywood stuff.
women who've been sort of like perved on.
Yeah.
All
really
of that.
aggressive.
All
And
of
then,
that.
then
Yeah.
you sort of go like, oh, Hollywood is crazy. And then women are like,
Nigeria
actually,
is
that's-
lost.
life
That's
is
Lagos.
crazy. Right, like, and then,
Okay, yeah.
So, I mean, bro, we're not talking lecturers. We're talking like teachers in schools. We're
Yep.
talking like,
Everybody.
so, yeah, when I started thinking about it, I mean, it was like, yo. And then the guys start having their own conversation. And guys are like, you know, what happens when it's a false accusation or whatever. And we're basically, the world is changing. And we're projecting what our fear. People always approach change with fear first, right? And people start projecting their fears. But over the course of the year, I think men learned a lot. At least men that were attentive learned a lot.
Okay.
There was a seismic shift in culture as regards gender roles,
Because
societal gender roles.
I don't necessarily think. In fact, I did have a discussion with someone. I said in Nigeria, that's a very hard thing because on a very base level, men in Nigeria do not believe that women are equal human beings.
Or human beings that are not property.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're property. You're really chattel, and it shows in very simple things like
What was that word again?
you're chattel.
What's that?
You're property.
Oh, okay.
And it shows in simple things like
If you respect her mind and see her as an equal human being, you would understand that, listen, there's no time to interrupt her. I'm not with you on this road, though. Let me tell you. Podcasters, change mind.
no, like somebody can bash your car. And then, you're trying to have a rational conversation with someone. Says, I can't even talk to you, please. I don't talk to women. Where is the man that owns this car? Motherfucker, what?
Yeah, I've heard
what
that- I've
happened?
heard that a
When
lot.
I was little, it was so annoying.
I don't understand.
Oh, he called you a
My
woman?
brother, like, no, someone bashed my mom's car.
Oh, wow.
So it happened to your mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see what you just did there.
Nigga.
You just. It's like it happened to me. No.
Because I felt it.
But you feel it because you feel
It happened to him
helpless.
because that's his mom.
Yeah, because you feel helpless. And women deal with that all the time.
All the time.
Or you're in a place where somebody does something and you're concerned about reacting because you don't know if this guy's going to try and get physical with you. Or you're in a market and people are constantly touching you, especially women. And they grab you.
That's
And the
the
day
one
somebody grabbed me from behind, I didn't even know who it was. I just like reacted. And she was like, why now? Why you just? I said, bro, I don't know you. You came up and it was a real issue as though I really offended. This guy was about to cry in the marketplace. I was like, but why the fuck are you touching me? Or you try and holler at a girl and she doesn't want to, she's busy, she's doing something. And you physically put your hands on her.
She doesn't
and the
just
next
want
thing
to
you just
talk.
hear
Just let
is
her go.
Ashawo, who even cares about
Or
you?
they
I'm
say
like,
you're
why is that the
ugly.
first place you go to? Why do you
Yeah.
attack somebody's sexuality or who they are as a person because they don't want to talk to you? It's very fragile male egos. And also, we really just don't recognize women as being equal.
And I think it's not even just Nigerian men. I think some Nigerian women are also not aware of the fact that they are whole human beings with an
They
agency.
are
and,
the
like,
gatekeepers of this bad behavior.
and like
I don't know whether to nod in agreement or.
I
Bro,
can't.
you're
I,
snapping. The guy snapping was Blinks. His full names are Adekule Aino. You understand? Look,
For Wendy, like you know, there are women who you complain about something, be like,
What are you
is it only you that sees CCC?
Yeah.
You're just supposed to stay there. You
Straight
just
and narrow.
manage. You know.
you know this me and Victor sharing surname thing. Like I have had women tell me, that doesn't make sense. He's
To
the
them?
husband. He's the man. I'm like, yeah, I'm the woman. So we are
Me too. I'm here.
two people, and we've decided that we want to have, go half C's on our name. We might as well. Like, what do you what is it about? And I remember asking that question on Twitter one time about asking men if men would take their wives' surnames. Like, if you would switch it around completely and just take her surname and not have your own surname. And I found that men's identity is so, like, a lot of your identity is rooted in your surname. And it's like, so why do you think that a woman should
would you?
lose a part of her
it's Dangote.
identity?
No,
It's all taught behavior. You know,
Yeah, because
It's all taught
Spanish people
behavior.
take on their mother's names.
it's all taught behavior. It's all what
Yeah,
we
it's a
came up
matrilineal
learning.
lineage. Full Spanish surnames about 4 surnames, but it's always the mother's name that comes first. So they add that on. So it's very matrilineal
That's lovely.
in the way their names are.
Already about to teleport.
Let's move to Spain.
No, but it's important because I'm like, I don't mind. To me, like, I think it comes down to just the practicality. But like you said, it's an identity thing. Your whole life, you've grown up doing this. You've achieved all these things. And then somebody wants to just press spoil and erase the whole thing.
And the thing is, I don't mind changing my
And
name.
if we're saying we're forming a union, let us become a new entity.
Let's
So as I'm
respect
doing my
that.
passport change, my document change, but you go through that so we know we're forming our own clan. Let's know we're really in this. Because if that hassle is just on me, we're already starting off on this awkward footing of, yeah, but babes, you haven't sorted it out yet. I know people who haven't changed their names. Not even double barrel.
yeah.
They just haven't. And that's
Yeah.
an agreed thing.
The guy-
But they're heavily criticized by the women first.
Guy has to change his passport anyway because your marital status. I think it's there. Right?
No, they just
No.
update it.
Okay.
They just put like a little.
I want to ask a question.
Also,
Never
men are
mind,
not.
so-
Mr. does not ever
It doesn't
change.
ever
You are
change
Mr. from
for
birth
your
to
ever.
death. And
Or you can be Miss, you can be
Mrs., Ms.
What's
Ugh.
Miss? What does that mean?
Mrs.
When
like
people just don't want to address
yeah.
the Miss or Mrs.
Also,
issue.
they use it for like divorced people,
Older women
Yeah.
who were
when
never
they're
married.
not. Also, like when you're not sure. So it's the. I guess it's the exact equivalent
It's the
of
middle-
of Mr.
Mr..
So it
Woman
applies to
years
just
is
about
cool.
anybody. But
But what should it be? Should it be Mrs.?
I think it should just be Ms. Like
Ms.
it shouldn't matter what your like. Why does your title have to do? Who cares?
Yeah, but I mean,
Because
we do
MRS is the
categorize.
most
We do
important
categorize
degree you will
things,
ever
right?
get.
That's how we can communicate, right? So, but it should just be Mrs. for everyone.
For the guys too.
Or
Yeah, because the
Mr.
guys are
someone.
Mr. for.
I mean,
Yeah.
are we not going to identify gender anymore? We
No,
should,
we'll
right?
identify gender, so you can be
Mr. somebody or Mrs. someone, right?
or, yeah, or something. I mean, it's just let's just pick one and just go with it. That makes sense to me than like picking 3 and it's always based on are you married? Are you divorced? Are
But do you guys empathize with with well-meaning men who had no idea.
Of course, it's society. It's a function of society and how you're raised.
Yes, because your mother was going a different way. She was
To an
going.
extent.
Yes, you were going.
To an extent, yes. But I had a conversation with my husband
Oh my god.
the other day, and he was talking
Is he a
about
Mr. and Mrs.? Sorry. Go ahead.
Relax,
Go
my
ahead.
he's a
nigga.
miss.
He's a miss. Okay.
I had a conversation with him. We're talking about because we have back and forth all the time. We're talking about how he was saying how he thinks that Black women drive the conversation on social media, and how sometimes especially with the Hollywood Me Too movement and everything, how it seemed like some men were open to being allies and coming forward and speaking, and like Ben Affleck came forward to speak against Harvey. Is it Weinstein or Weinstein? Weinstein came forward to speak, and then people
Somebody
were
called
like,
him out.
yeah,
They
people were
tore him
like,
down.
you've done this and you've done that and you've done this, and I was like, okay, fair enough. But in that situation, I expect Ben Affleck to be like, yes, I was problematic before, and now I've changed, and just carry on pushing. But he was saying that discourages other men,
Yes.
because men know that they've been problematic, and
Yeah.
and we've all, I mean, I've had problematic views as well. So it's like, okay, we've moved past that. Now we're in a better place. But it's like he was saying, I don't necessarily think that because of that, if you want to be an ally, you have to understand that there's pushback. And women get pushback as well. Like, women are fighting for women, and our women are fighting for themselves. And people are still pushing back and telling you that you are lying. What were you doing there? Why did you open your legs for him? What did you wear? This one, now one.
I agree with you. I did feel for the Ben Affleck thing, and I do think that we women have to be careful with a certain line that they toe, because that person is coming as an ally. You know, attacking that person is not useful. And I think sometimes the ferocity with which people feel like, oh, my voice is finally being heard, they're lashing out as wounded people and not doing anything constructive, because the conversation or the impact only really gets felt when the men are on board as well. It can't be just the
But that's
women. That's the
also,
reality.
that's
where you
also
from,
really
Folu?
weird.
What do you mean? Like my parents? My father is from Ibadan, my mother is from Cross River.
Oh, you are mixed race.
The kind of words which they use, the ferocity. Like when Folu they talk, she did. The multilineal.